May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon the trustworthy prophet and upon his family, companions, and followers. Now then, unity of rule or unity of sovereignty or the sovereignty of God. What is it? What is the evidence for it? Is it a part of monotheism? First, Tawhid al-Hakimiyah, or the sovereignty of Allah, is one of the aspects of Tawhid in Islam. It means singling out Allah alone in ruling and legislation, and that He does not associate any of His creation with His rule, and rejecting any man-made legislation other than Allah's rule, understanding it from the words of Allah the Most High. The rule belongs only to Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but Him. And His words, and Allah judges, and there is no adjuster of His rule. And His words, indeed, Allah judges what He wills. And His words, and He does not associate anyone with His rule. And His words, and judge between them according to what is lawful. Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires. And His statement, do they then seek the judgment of the time of ignorance? And who is better than Allah in judgment for a people who are certain in faith? And His statement, and whatever you differ over, its judgment is with Allah. And He said, and if you obey them, then indeed you are polytheists. And His statement, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is those who are the disbelievers. And His statement, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. And His statement, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is those who are the defiantly disobedient. Have you not seen those who claim that they have believed in what was revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you? They wish to refer their cases to Taghut, while they have been commanded to disbelieve in it, and Satan wishes to tilly. He leads them far astray. Glory be to him. Second, the unification of the rule or sovereignty falls under the three categories of monotheism. In the unification of names and attributes, Allah's names include the Judge, the Wise, and the Ruler, and among His attributes is the Judge. The evidence for the name of the Judge, the Messenger of Allah, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said in, Allah is the Judge and to Him belongs the judgment. And Allah the Most High said, should I seek a judge other than Allah? The evidence for the name of the ruler is His saying, so be patient until Allah judges between us, and He is the best of judges. And His saying also, my Lord, indeed my son is of my family, and indeed your promise is true, and you are the most just of judges. As for the name al-Hakim, it was mentioned 94 times in the Holy Quran. Allah the Almighty said, and Allah is exalted in might and wise. As for the oneness of lordship, the actions of Allah the Almighty's lordship are judgment, legislation, enactment of religion, and making lawful and unlawful. Allah the Almighty said, unquestionably, His is the creation and the command. Allah the Almighty called the rulers the legislator and the one who makes lawful lords. As in His saying, they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords, besides Allah. Al-Tabari said in his interpretation of this verse, lords besides Allah, meaning masters for them besides Allah. They obey them in disobeying Allah. They make lawful what they make lawful for them from what Allah has forbidden for them, and they make unlawful what they make unlawful for them from what Allah has permitted for them. And His saying, and let not some of us take others as lords besides Allah as-Sadi, may Allah have mercy on him, said in his interpretation. That is, we do not follow him in making something permissible or forbidden, except in what Allah, the Most High, has made permissible. And His saying, or do they have partners who have prescribed for them a religion which Allah has not permitted? Ibn Kathir, may Allah have mercy on him, said in his interpretation, that is, they do not follow what Allah has prescribed for you of the correct religion. Rather, they follow what their devils from among the jinn and mankind have prescribed for them. As for the monotheism of divinity, which is, the servant is charged with following the rule of Allah, so it is from the monotheism of worship, and likewise, seeking judgment, which is from singling Him out. Glory be to Him. In worship, in seeking judgment by His law, so it is not permissible to devote these acts of worship to anyone other than Allah, for anyone other than Allah. And it is from singling Him out, glory be to Him, in worship, in seeking judgment by His law. The evidence that following the rule of Allah is worship is the saying of Allah the Almighty. The rule belongs only to Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but Him. Ibn Kathir, may Allah have mercy on him, said in his interpretation, then he informed them that the rule, disposition, will, and dominion are all for Allah, and He has commanded all of His servants to worship none but Him. And the Almighty said, the judgment belongs only to Allah. He declares the truth, and He is the best of judges. Al-Tabari, may Allah have mercy on him, said in his interpretation of, and He is the best of judges. That is, He is the best of those who clarify and distinguish between the truthful and the false, and the most just of them, because no one is wronged in his judgment and ruling due to any means he has to him, nor due to kinship or relationship, nor is there injustice in his ruling, because he does not take bribes in rulings, and thus be unjust. He is the most just of judges and the best of judges. In another reading, Al-Tabari mentioned in his interpretation, the judgment belongs only to God. He decides the truth with the letter Ad from Al-Qada, meaning the judgment and the decision by judgment, 25, and they considered the validity of that by his saying, and He is the best of judges, and that the decision between those who differ is only by judgment, not by stories. As for arbitration, God has condemned arbitration by other than His law in several places in the Holy Quran. Among them is the saying of Allah the Almighty, have you not seen those who claim that they have believed in what was revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you? They wish to refer their case to Taghut, while they have been commanded to disbelieve in it, and Satan wishes to lead them far astray. And among them is the saying of Allah the Almighty, and when it is said to them, come to what Allah has revealed and to the Messenger, you see the hypocrites turning away from you in aversion. And among them is the saying of Allah the Almighty, but no, by your Lord, they will not smord. They believe until they make you, O Muhammad, judge concerning that over which they dispute among themselves, and then find within themselves no discomfort from what you have judged and submit in full willing submission. So ponder, O servant of Allah, how Allah described the one who resorts to other than His law. Ponder over how Allah the Most High denied the attribute of faith to those who turn away from the judgment of Allah and His Messenger. And He swore by His holy self that they will not be believers until they are satisfied with the judgment of Allah and His Messenger and submit to it. This faith. And Allah knows best. And may Allah's prayers and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon all his family and companions. And praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds.